warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, viewers. You are still watching the news with me, Nur Mulyananda from Redaksi Pagi. We will provide you the actual news from the field, either from national or international. As is the case with acts of physical self-harm, such as cutting, this virtual self-harm is associated with a higher risk for thinking about attempting suicide, according to startling new study. It found that teens who engage in digital self-harm were up to 7 times more likely to have considered suicide and as much as 15 times more likely to have made an attempt. Author Justin Patin, CEO Director of the Cyberbullying Research Center at the University of Wisconsin-Eau-de-Quogue, said that they can't say that the cause other, but we don't know they are connected in the some way. But why would anyone want to virtually trust themselves to begin with? Patin said that his own researcher has identified multiple motivations. Self-hatred is one. He notes as is attention seeking in other cases. It can be depression, an attempt to be funny, or simple boredom. Some teens admit that it's just their way to suss out how others might react to examples of bullying in order to know if they were talking about me behind my back. To gain more insight, Patin's team took a deep dive into survey responses offered up by nearly 5,000 middle and high schoolers in 2018. The 12 to 17 years old participants were asked if they had contemplated or attempted suicide in the past year. Roughly 8% said that had seriously thought about it, and about 5% said they had actually attempted suicide. Participants were also asked if they had ever anonymously posted something mean about themselves online and or anonymously bullied themselves online. In all, 9% said that had done former, while about 5% had done the latter. The findings, which are similar to other recent studies held up equally across gender and race, found a much bigger proportion of LGBTQ plus teens said that had considered and or attempted suicide in the past year, about 24% and 10% respectively. The research team then stuck digital self-harm behavior up against suicide took an attempt. The result teens who said that had anonymously shared mean posts about themselves were about 5 times more likely to have contemplated suicide, and those who had self-bullied were about 7 times more likely have done so. Similarly, mean self-posting was associated with up to 9 times the likelihood of attempting suicide, and digital self-bullying with 15 times the rise. Robin Kowalski is a psychology professor of Clemson University in South Carolina. She reviewed the findings and suspects what she called the concept of mirroring is the heart of it all. That the degree to which people feel they are important or significant, Kowalski said, the extent to which other people make them feel that they matter. When people feel they don't matter and struggle with low self-esteem, they may feel negative self-posting in online forums as a way to either get advice or validation for feelings. She said that such behavior would be linked to higher suicide risk, is not at all surprising. When people feel they don't matter and struggle with low self-esteem, they may feel negative self-posting in online forums as a way to either get advice or validation for their feelings. She said that such behavior would be linked to higher suicide rates, not at all surprising. People who commit suicide feel that the world would be better off without them, and that they are the burden to others. Kowalski notes, putting negative information about oneself online and potentially receiving validation for that is a way to confirm that one doesn't belong in this world. So, what can be done to help? Patin said this is difficult because digital self-harm is difficult to detect. Research about the parents, friends should help those who are bullied by others regardless of who the aggressor is. If you are see someone being mistreated online, reach out and offer help. Patin suggests report it to the site apps or game. Telling an adult you trust can help to make things better. Don't just stand by and let it happen. Being kind is the key to making people feel that they matter, according to Wolski. They can make them feel that they have value and are important, she said. We need to make it clear to people that they belong and that they are not a burden. Alright, that's all the news we can deliver today. I'm Nur Mulyananda, presenter of Redaksi this morning. Thank you and see you at the same time and event tomorrow. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.